What's up, guys? It's Logan with the Detail Donkey, and I just got one of the most interesting Google reviews that I've ever seen. And the way this one plays out will probably make you guys mad. So this week we had a Lexus come into the shop. It was a lady, she walked in, and you can kind of just tell sometimes customers like what type of customer they're gonna be. And I mean that in the most respectful way, but like we could tell straight out of the gate that like this lady was gonna be kind of an issue, right? Definitely gonna be at least picky with the vehicle, but no sweat, because we've handled picky before. Well, she booked an exterior detail only, which is literally just the outside of the vehicle, and it was on a Lexus coupe. It was like a two-door Lexus. I'm not even sure the kind, but it was a brand new vehicle, and she was obviously super passionate about it, so we're like, okay, we gotta do this right, and we gotta lock in. So on the day of appointment, she dropped off at 12:30. Now when she did that, we went immediately, I got in there, from the front parking lot, wrapped it around to the building here to the wash pit, which is where I'm sitting at now. I'm outside today because the bay is full. It's busy season, which is a great problem to have. But I started working on the car, started doing the exterior with our other employee, Jacob with a K, and we were washing it. Everything was going smooth, we were fine. We were kind of squeezing hers in that day. We had 4 other cars in the bay and we kind of took hers on just as like some extra cash or whatever. But we finally finished the exterior, we pulled it inside. At this point, maybe an hour has gone by with the wash process and we got it inside. And then we started cleaning the vehicle per usual. Now, she had mentioned at the front desk that she had wanted the interior done as well. So we're like, okay, well, I don't know if we're gonna have time for that, but she was like, if they have time, whatever, we'll do it. And I was like, sure. So we went ahead and we did her interior basically for free. Now, we didn't do a whole wipe down service, kind of like what I'm doing now, but we did a quick vacuum and cleaned up her floor mats for her. And again, all of it was on the house. We were literally just trying to be nice. And then at this point, it was maybe 2 o'clock. She pulls up in the parking lot, ready to go, like basically ready to pick up. And Hope had noticed that, our receptionist Hope, she noticed that. So she comes to the back, she asked me, hey, how much longer on the Lexus? And again, this is not like a nice Lexus. This is just a normal like 2-door coupe Lexus. Is it new? Sure, but it's not like, I don't even know the name of the model. Like that's how like unexciting it is, really. So Hope asked me, hey, how much longer do you guys need on that Lexus? Because they're sitting out front. I just want to give her a timeline. And I always do what I always do. And I just said, just go ahead and play it safe. Let's shoot for 2:30. So we would have the vehicle for 2 whole hours, right? To do an exterior detail, and we did her interior for her, and we got all the wheels and tires cleaned up, everything perfect. You know, 2 hours. I was like, let's just play it safe. So she comes into our lobby about 30 minutes, she just comes in at 2 o'clock, right? And she's sitting in our front lobby waiting for the vehicle to be picked up. We're actively working on it in the back. And then she picks up, she checks out we're like, okay, it's all set for you back here. You can come back here, take a look at it. I was like, sure. So she comes back there, takes a look at it. She says, everything looks great. How do I tip you guys? This is looking awesome. I appreciate it. And I was like, yeah, you can leave a tip on the square rater. And she did, she tipped. She said the service was fantastic. And she went on about her day, grabbed her key and left the shop. So I thought that was just the end of the day. But yesterday, I checked on our Google and we had a 2-star review from this lady. And I was like, how? Like everything went perfect, right? The Google review, and I'm not gonna post it just out of respect, I'm not gonna try to be that guy, but the Google review essentially said that she checked her odometer on the Lexus out front and noticed that there was 19 additional miles placed on her car. And she put that somebody or someone in the Detail Donkey took my car for a joyride for 19 miles. And needless to say, the Detail Donkey's losing another customer. Now, when I tell you I about dropped my phone, I mean, that is just the most out-of-pocket thing that I have ever heard. We get Ferraris, McLarens, you know, really, really nice Mercedes, AMGs, we get nice stuff like that. Why on earth would we take this random Lexus out on a spin on the block? It made me so mad. But that's not the end of it. She also said that her air conditioning was turned all the way down, and that she always leaves the AC off when the vehicle's off because it's a new car and she likes to take care of it, whatever. What we do here at the Detail Donkey, and you've seen it in some of our videos before, when we do a final vacuum on a car, which is what we did for her vehicle, we turn the AC vents on to blow out any dust that we can. And we use a dust brush and we hold the vacuum near it to try to get all of that out. So did we turn the AC on? Yes, but she says it was at 60 degrees. She knew the temperature down to the science. It just blows my mind. So, of course, I was like, okay, sure, we used the AC to blow out the dust vents, right? But we sure as hell did not put 19 miles on a random Lexus. 1, the shop was way too packed. 2, we only had the vehicle for about 120 minutes to do the exterior and that free interior detail and bring it inside and do her floor mats for her and do the walkthrough. And she was in our lobby for 30 minutes at that time where the vehicle was literally back there. So what I did, I reached out to her professionally afterwards. I said, hey, I noticed your Google review. I was just trying to see if you had any, chance in your heart to maybe realize that this was a mistake and that my team would never take this vehicle, out on a test drive. It just makes no sense. And I sent her that text and I kind of explained my reasons that one, 19 miles takes a long time to do, especially in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're in the Nashville, Franklin area, Murfreesboro, you know that 19 miles is a 2-hour trip altogether, not to mention the detail itself, right? But I texted her asking her if there was any change of fate, any change of heart, any chance, because these Google reviews, they really do hurt our company. And we genuinely try our best to be the best company out there and give a perfect experience. And essentially, she said no. So she said that she feared that, other people were gonna have this same problem and that she wanted them to be aware of it before they take their vehicles to our shop, essentially. So she was working as the gatekeeper for other people. That was essentially her argument. And this entire time she keeps telling me that, she's a woman of faith and that she's, loves supporting local businesses and veteran-owned businesses because I'm a veteran myself. And I was like, well, if that's the case, you should be able to maybe trust somebody's word that we wouldn't do that. But unfortunately, after even pleading and trying my best to just kind of say, look, we have no interest in taking your car. We've done way nicer cars before, never took them for a joyride. If it was a McLaren, I would maybe understand. If it was a one-of-one classic car, maybe I'd understand. But this was a maybe $40,000, $50,000 Lexus. I mean, it was not anything special. And I assure you that my guys have way better things to do than whip that thing around. So long story short, I'm in touch with the landlords now. We've got security cameras up here. So I'm gonna try to get that footage of that date to show her vehicle going in and fast forwarding the footage of that 2 hours that we had it and then the footage of her leaving with it. So I tried to maintain professional best I can. I feel like a lot of businesses sometimes get into that flow or that state, that mindset where if a customer confronts you on something that you're supposed to just kind of roll over and die. I don't really do that here at the Detail Donkey. I like to be as fair as possible. At the end of the day, we're human beings conducting business, and I think you should treat people as such. And honestly, while we don't have any quote-unquote proof other than these cameras that hopefully, caught the footage, the angle's a little weird, but we're gonna try. I've never needed to take a picture of the temperature on the customer's AC before, you know what I mean? So overall, like I said, she was borderline professional with it. She tried to be respectful with it, but at the same time, it just had that tone and she just wanted to know why there was 19 miles additional on her vehicle. And the only thing I can think of is she read the numbers wrong. I mean, that's literally the only thing I can think of. I'm the first to admit, I've scratched cars before. So I had a brand new Toyota Supra. I've scratched that paint before. I've had guys who burned through clear coat. I've broken odometers pushing on them to clean them. We've done all sorts of stuff. We even jump started a car that had sub speakers in it allegedly, and that blew up the whole system. So I've done mistakes in business. However, taking a customer's car on the road is just not one of them. It's just so pointless. And when I saw that review, honestly, it really did kind of upset me a little bit, because we genuinely work so hard here at the Detail Donkey. And if you want to follow that journey, if you want to see what an honest, kind of moral business looks like, I encourage you, please subscribe, follow the channel. We're building up our shop right now. We're building a second one in Fort Lauderdale here in about February. But yeah, it was just frustrating. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, how you would have handled the situation. I'd love to see what the internet thinks about this. Again, some customers you just can't please. I think this is just one of those cases, but it is what it is when you conduct business. But anyways, guys, you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.